What up, you guys? Welcome back to Furrow Publications YouTube channel. Daily uploads until I open up my own store. And today I want to talk about the projects that I have. And this is projects outside of what I normally do, right? So like this is outside of my daily upload. This is outside of the Furrow's comics project where monthly I try to drop a zine. This is outside of that, right? These are other kind of projects. And it's not many. And it's a lot of it I think is very tangible. And so I'm gonna just go ahead and shoot them out, right? Because like I keep saying, when I speak them into existence, I feel like then I feel more of a commitment to it, right? I feel like I spoke on it, I need to act on it, and then it pushes me forward. And that's some of the benefits as well of daily uploads. But all right, so the first one is a secret project. And I know that's real vague and it's weird to say, but that one's almost done and I'm very excited about it. And when that video drops, you guys are gonna know. You guys are gonna be like, what the hell? This is a very long video, but it's gonna be this secret project, which I'm very excited about, and I think it's gonna be very fun to look at and talk about. Put your best guesses in the comments. All right, so that's an easy one. The next one I have on the list is the animation. I think I spoke on it when I dropped the animation that I did on Flip a Clip. But I wanted to do a more traditional kind of approach to animation, and I really want to do two dry runs. One being the first 15-second, animation that I can do, just hand-drawn animation, and really see, what I like about it and what I don't like about it, and try to figure out whether or not that's the route for me to go, right? And then beyond that is to work on a 3 to 5 minute short animated. So then those are, the 3 to 5 minute short, animated short, that's going to be a larger project. But definitely I think that 15-second short, right? You think about 10 to 12 frames per second, I think I can knock that out maybe in a week or two, depending on what I'm drawing and how much detail goes in there, right? If this is just the practice run, I might even simplify and just have me come into frame, wave, or do something of that sort, right? Something I can, repurpose throughout, right? Me waving, and then that can always be the end title for the YouTube videos, right? Just me waving and saying, all right, you guys, see you next time. So those are, I have it as one block, but I definitely have it as like a two-step process of like the first 15-second that leads me into the 3 to 5 minute one, After that, I need to make 2 one-pagers. So the vending machine is something that I still am working on, and I haven't forgotten or lost theme, but what I ended up doing was I created a list. I compiled a list of places that I think would be happy to get the vending machine, and that's all great and dandy, but I don't have any zines for it, and so that's obviously a big problem. So before I really start reaching out to them, I want to have the vending machine good to go. So the reason why the vending machine doesn't have any zines in there right now is because the zines that I had were very, they were very time-stamped in the sense of like they were of that time period, specifically in 2020 and 2021. And we're not in 2020 or 21, right? We're like far beyond that. And a lot of the topics that I think people will engage with are very different. And even then, some of those topics no longer apply. And not only that, but some of those topics were spoken about maybe prematurely, and people didn't have enough information on what was going to occur or what had occurred. So I want to make 2 zines, definitely one for each slot, right? So then that means I need to make one pager that's text and then a one pager that's visual. But I definitely see that I need to start that process, and the sooner I do that, the more likely it is that I can get you guys to send some in, right? Maybe we can work on it together through the videos, right? And by the end of it, both have 2 zines to throw into the vending machine. And then once we have it stocked, start reaching out to these locations to see whether or not it's something that we can find a home to, finally find a home for. And the last thing that I have on my list of potential projects that I want to work on is I've always wanted to do that 24-hour zine challenge. And I think that time is coming up where I might try my hand at sitting down and working on a zine within 24 hours, and obviously not depriving myself of sleep and things like that, but like breaking it up into 2 days, 2 12-hour shifts, and like really trying to hammer out a zine. And that's gonna be fun to do because it's definitely gonna push me to just work faster and just kind of throw down on the page what I'm seeing and feeling, and really just let it be a lot like a lucid dream and just kind of flow away from me. So, but yeah, man, I don't think these projects are, impossible to tackle, and at that, I definitely can see that they're doable, and I just need to make the time and put in the effort, but I definitely want to speak it into existence. So that's what I'm up to, you guys. As always, there will be a link in the show notes to take you to feralpublications.com, where you guys can get the zines, stickers, buttons, and t-shirts I make. Beyond that, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Lates.